Yeah, why have I got a bag on? It's not about why I'm wearing a bag, it's what's in this bag right now. It's what can fold up so small that it fits inside this bag right here. Let me show you guys. Inside this bag folds away something that will make my shots super smooth. This is what folds away so small in that bag. It is a budget Steadicam. Let's go and check this thing out. So a company called Banggood, which is like a Chinese version of Amazon, sent this out for me to make a video on. As you can see, it's pretty much just a way of getting super stable shots by adding a weight to the bottom of the camera. You slot the camera in up here. As you can see, it's on a little slide which goes straight in there like that, and then you can tighten things up like this. So then you've got to make sure the camera is nice and balanced. As you can see, this is flopping forwards, which is not good. So what you're going to do is straighten everything up like that, and then make sure the camera is in the right position on top of the thing. Because obviously if you've got the weight of a big lens leaning forwards, the camera's going to be like that, which will cause it to shake as you're moving around with this Steadicam. So this is by no means a professional Steadicam. Those things go up to about £500–600, and that is only for a glide cam. The next step up is a gimbalized Steadicam, which you hook to yourself or you hold like this, like a big thing like that, and it controls the camera electronically. This is all done by hand. There's no batteries needed for this thing, and as you can see, once you've got the camera nice and balanced, you can get some super steady shots by holding the bottom here like this, nice and gently, just with 2 fingers, and then moving it around like that. The camera has got to be balanced on top. As you can see, if I adjust it, I can move the camera forwards like that and backwards like that. And you want to get it so that the camera doesn't flop forward, so that means I'm going to have to push it back a little bit, but I also don't want it hanging backwards. Then we have another axis. Obviously we've got a big bulk of the camera here and then less bulk here, so the camera will automatically start to tip this way, which is why we've got to counterbalance it by setting it to go slightly further that way by moving this thing over here. So once the camera is balanced, you can move it up and down like that, left and right, and it should stay vaguely balanced. I mean, obviously when you've got weights on the bottom and you're doing this, the air will begin to push on the rods, which will cause it to shake. So that's why you pinch with 2 fingers on the bottom, just to give that extra support where needed, and then you can begin to get super smooth footage. Now the next important thing to mention is footwork, and that means changing the whole thing about and giving you guys a new angle on the situation. So your footwork is quite an important bit of this. As you move your feet nice and gently, you won't get as many shakes on the actual footage. So you want to have nice bent legs, which means when you're walking, you've got nice smooth footage. Otherwise, if your legs are straight and you're walking like that, you'll get the bumps in the road and stuff like that, which will affect your overall footage. So to get this thing properly balanced, you want it to take about 2 seconds to get from here to here. Mine doesn't take that much, but I find it's a lot better like this than in other positions. It's what works well with your camera. As you can see, I can move up and down, left and right, just like that, and the camera will stay looking forwards the same way. Now this is not a gimbal, which means when you're facing it, it won't stay electronically fixed on one position. You can swivel it around like that, and if you don't hold on to it and you're moving it about too much, you may find it begins to spin around like this, which is not really the end of the world. Just with 2 fingers, again, you can keep this nice and stable. Now guys, as you can probably tell, I absolutely love this thing because it can fit down to such a small size, meaning I can put it inside my bag and then I can take it to college and get some super smooth shots while I'm there. I also enjoy riding this thing on a skateboard. As you can see, here's just a couple of test shots up and down the street nearby where I live, and these shots were taken within 1 hour of getting this thing. I wasn't even that good at it. Now if I was to redo those shots, I think I'd get a lot better results. Now if I quickly turn on this camera and begin to film, we have a little bit of dual action going on. So if I zoom the lens right out. So this is just one of the problems that you may encounter with the balancing. As you can see, when I've got the screen out, the camera is tilted, it's super shaky. So if I was just to flick this thing in, bearing in mind if you do this, you can still see it when it's flicked in like that. As you can see, it's fully balanced again, and we're ready to go. So it's super nice and balanced now, and I can move around like this, and look at the whole setup down there, get some smooth B-roll. Have a look around, just get some nice tracking shots going around without there being too many vibrations or shakes. Now guys, this is by no means a tutorial. I don't fully know how to use this. I do know 2 things. It does need to be balanced both sideways so it lands nicely like that, and also needs to be balanced on the top as well as facing the right way. Also, the weights on the bottom have got to be pointing the way the camera is pointing. So on the bottom of the camera, I've got 4 weights, and these are all 100 grams each, and then of course the actual weight of the plate weighs down the bottom of this thing, and then obviously we've got the pole as well working against gravity, so you can get these really nice aspects in your filming without the shake, which is what ruins the shots and puts people off holding cameras. So yeah, my experience with this thing so far, I would have paid double the amount of money for this. I genuinely would have paid 150 quid for this thing, and it only cost 75 quid. But of course I got it sent for free by the company banggood.com. Please don't be put off by the fact that this is shipping from a foreign warehouse overseas. It genuinely doesn't take that long to come over. It literally goes on an aeroplane. Stuff has taken longer coming from the UK than it has actually coming from an aeroplane overseas from like a place like Germany or something, which is where this thing was from. But other than that, guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please leave a thumbs up down below. This one has been slightly different because there's not really too much I can say about this product about here apart from what it does and give you a couple of examples, and really recommend it to any of you aspiring filmmakers or YouTubers or ones that just like making good videos but need them nice and stable. Please guys, use handheld shots, they look amazing. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.